I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Jenna.
And we're late to the party, and it's on to episode 3 of Stranger Things 3. It's taken longer to get through these episodes than I thought it would, but I'm okay.
But yeah, we're still cranking them out.
Yep. Don't want it to end. So yeah, we see an army possibly being built by the Mind Flayer, or at least you've got Billy over there collecting people. And first one is the case of the missing lifeguard, which is the title of this episode. But things are starting to kind of come together. We're starting to see a little bit of the villainy rise up in Hawkins. And our teams are starting to form to kind of solve the mystery.
We're starting to get a little bit more. I'm hoping that now we are going to get into the group, like finding out what's going on, and now we're going into this adventure like we wanted with them. I mean, we've got a shocker at the end of last year. She dumped his ass, but I'm sure they'll come back together. You know, tragedy always brings people together in a weird way. It's really sad, but it does happen.
Well, Max and Lucas already broke up, 5 times?
5 times we heard.
Oh, to be teenagers again.
I know. Those were the days.
To be young and in shorts. 80s shorts. But we got Carrie Elways and Hopper already starting to see a little bit conflict there at the bureaucracy level. Capitalism is coming into Hawkins and taking over, and I can't wait to see how that unfolds, because if we've seen it before in mayors of 4th of July eras, Jaws, the mayors tend to not do what's in the best of interest in the town, but more so in the best interests of themselves. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out. But let's get into Chapter 3 of Stranger Things 3 now.
Yes.
It's so hot, right?
Check out our Cobra Kai reactions available on our channel now.
No, Lucas, no.
Oh no. No! Little bit of kids in there too.
Yes, I love it.
I say 3 inches.
Do you knock? Jeez. Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, hey. I'm sorry.
Max wanted to have a sleepover. Is that okay?
They'd be happy.
Yes.
Yeah. It worked. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Chill. Yeah. Look at that. He's so happy.
Yeah, I love like their relationship getting together. It's so cute.
Just get out of there right away before your scarf.
This is how they're gonna find
Yes.
out.
Look at how dark he is too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Please address me by full name. What? Okay, will the wise
There you go.
turn down the... Is it early, Michael? Tell that to the villagers.
Michael, he's his full name. You know, he's serious.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Solving puzzles. I love it.
Okay, you're freaking me out.
You slipped on this, remember?
Really brilliant. Is he single, too?
Hopper, wake up.
Wouldn't it, Joyce?
Yeah, she's not there anymore.
She gone.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
Happy screams. Happy screams. What is happy screams? It's like I'm just gonna lend you my mom's Cosmo.
There you go.
Ugh. Gag me with a spoon.
Gag me with a spoon, man. I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah.
Keep him cold. So many different things going on at the same time. I love it.
I know. So good.
The mysterious case of the missing fertilizer, a Nancy Drew mystery.
Oh, you guys.
You gotta do it on your own, Nancy.
Don't you think it's time you move on from primitive constructs such as popularity?
Yes.
No, nothing. Camp nowhere. Actually, I know what shit I learned from life.
It's not my fault you don't like girls. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
That rain looks so good though. Using new ways to get in there. Love it.
Pull out the audio. I love it.
Gotta get the party together. Come on.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Hawkins' lab is done. Hell of a lobby for her.
Oh no. If only he was so close. He was so close.
You okay?
Come on, Hop. You
What
know
do you
what's up.
think?
Yeah, you know
Wanna
what's
wait in the
up.
car?
Someone still watching?
Why wouldn't they be? Loving the transition.
Duffel bag. Evil Russian. I am fine.
It's all turning.
Is ready to sweat.
Kind of looks like Guy Pearce.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Travis's song. Little jitterbug.
Just I tip that up.
I saw Lynx earlier. Yep.
Silver cat.
Yeah. She's solving it without you, y'all.
Yeah.
A trip to China sounds nice. A trip to China sounds nice. If you tread lightly, blue, it's yellow in the west.
Robin,
9?
what are you doing?
I cracked the code.
Right there.
Yeah.
Come on.
3 times.
You have people that know what you've been through.
I mean, people like Scott Clark.
That's a joke.
He ain't in the mood for you. Who's there?
Yeah.
Look at that
Love
shadow
it.
shot.
Love it.
So good.
Beautiful.
Kelso Byers.
Yeah.
So little.
They're so big. This is so sad. No.
It's not.
No. No.
We all feel you, Will.
I know.
We all feel you, man.
Yeah, we never want things to end, but sometimes they must.
Come on, let her be there. I want to be wrong.
She's
God, I'm so worried.
They got her.
Yeah, they got
Oh.
Hell of a security front.
her. Right?
Still looking. Let me see it. Hang on.
No!
Oh. Oh God.
Transitions.
Oh my God.
The music
right?
too.
Yeah, everything is perfect.
Oh my God.
Oh! He's like Bane. He's trying to break Batman's back.
Come on.
Come on, Joyce.
Come on.
Yeah, Joyce needs to come help.
Come on.
Oh.
Ay.
Come on.
Oh.
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 He's riding a motorcycle too. Very Terminator. I love it.
I love the raincoats. I want them.
Yep.
Cosplay right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the head guy
Yeah.
at the post.
Yeah.
Damn, he's got them all.
Now, what is it you were saying, Elle? You were looking for somebody?
Oh, he knows.
Do you girls want a cookie? They're fresh out of the oven.
Don't take it.
Body snatchers in half. I love it.
Oh, he's even ickier than before now.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows you shut the door. Yes. Come on, Will. Get in the fight, my friend.
He's back.
Yeah.
Janet?
Damn.
Janet? Janet?
So they weren't taken yet.
No. Oh my god.
I'm really sorry about this, Daddy.
Oh,
It spreads. Throw my Chevy to the levee. Damn.
Oh my god.
Soon I'm gonna be a
Jedi.
Jedi. Perfection.
Oh
I mean,
my
there are
God.
so many things that are going on, and just in the first 3 episodes, I love it. Just it doesn't feel like, hey, we're taking Stranger Things season 1 and we're just recapping what we did before in Stranger Things season 2. Like, it feels like a whole new level of storytelling in the world of Stranger Things.
Yes, I think that the different shots that they do, the different transitions that they're doing in the show, with tying in with the music, everything is just popping off in different directions, and you're kind of just like, yes. And then you get to another part of the drag, you're like, oh my god, yes, I forgot that they were doing something. So they go back to it, and then they come back a full circle to another thing, and it's just all gonna come together, and I love it so much. Season 3 is so good right now.
So good. It's so good. And going off of that, I am absolutely, I'm absolutely loving, the transitions between, these different sets of stories with these different groups of characters. But I'm also really interested to see how, each dynamic is going to interweave with them all in the future when they do finally come together. That's going to be really, really interesting to see. And also, going back to the titles, they're doing a great job with these titles for the episodes, because we're getting further and further into the investigations. And this one was titled The Case of the Missing Lifeguard. I mean, that sounds like the title of a Nancy Drew or a Hardy Boys book. And it's fitting perfectly, because they're, starting to do more of like the detective-y stuff, starting to investigate a little bit more. It's all, starting to surface, and I'm loving how appropriately named these titles are.
And it's funny
such
because,
a great job.
like in the last episode, you talked about how we're getting the Pied Piper in, and in this one, it's focusing on like Nancy Drew and the fact that you've got the team calling Nancy Drew, and how she's solving everything. And it's almost like the creators were well aware of all this before they actually wrote these episodes, to where it's like, damn, you guys are on top of the motifs that you're going for.
They are on point.
Yep.
As they would say, they're on fleek.
Is that a thing?
Is that how you say it? I don't know.
From the 80s.
I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you know what?
Yeah.
We'll put that in.
I think
there.
it's going to be such a great clapback for Nancy to like throw back in their faces eventually, and I really hope that she kind of gets a little bit of that moment.
And you know what I'm
hoping that she gets that.
What I'm waiting for with that is there's somebody else who does that very well, and it's Murray. The second that Nancy's investigation does eventually meet up with Murray and what Murray has done, because again, this is where the trailers end up kind of catching you up to what's going to come ahead of you. Murray's got to get involved at some point, and seeing where Nancy is going out, investigating, figuring out how to solve the story, and like you said, everybody
unless she
else's
gets in
story.
contact with him, because she doesn't know anybody else to really.
She needs that little bit of inspiration to get. Yeah, she needs that realization.
I'm interested to see how that dynamic with the girl's father, because he looks like he is the editor-in-chief or so of the of the Hawkins Post. I was saying Washington Post, of the Hawkins Post. So it'll be interesting when he goes in there and she's there, and they're kind of, everything is, like we said, everything is just intertwining together.
And it's funny because when they showed up at the home and they're all eating dinner, I thought, all right, they're already all taken. No, like it's like we're watching the taking in process, like it hasn't happened yet,
right?
And seeing that happen, like it's brutal, because you're seeing it grow. It's extrapolating from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. Like eventually, you're going to get this following growing, the following of the Mind Flayer. And I love that they aren't just kind of jumping ahead. We're organically growing 2 by 2 to people that are joining his army. At the same time, you got the whole thing with the Russians going on. And Dustin was there in the beginning with the team, but Dustin hasn't been there since. He's doing his whole thing with Steve and Robin. And I love how Robin's like, screw you guys, I'm going to solve it on my own. Like, she's in it. She loves it.
I also love that, though, too, that it makes sense because Dustin and Steve were kind of forming this thing in the second season, so it kind of progressed. It makes sense for them to kind of progress in this story too, in this season.
They have their own dynamic.
They're doing their own thing, and then of course you got the 3 boys. They're kind of on their own, but they will join forces again, and then everybody will just come together, and it will be a blast.
And it's heartbreaking seeing Will, he's going through his lack of growth. He's kind of left behind while everybody else was going forward. But when the chips are on the table, Will is ready to jump in and fight because guess what? That campaign, that party, now it's in real life situations. It isn't a game anymore. He's the one that's still in the mindset of let's complete the mission because he knows that it's coming while the rest of them are off gallivanting. They're thinking about the girls. They've moved on, as Hopper said. They've moved on as well as Hopper. Joyce and Will, though, those Byers family, they ain't ready to move on.
But I also can understand where Will is coming from because he is trying to go back to the way that it was before all of this weird stuff. Especially, and it impacted him more so than the other kids. And so he just wants to go back to feeling like normal
and safe,
and safe and being in that basement and playing the D&D game.
The innocence of it all.
It makes him feel safe. It makes him feel more normal in a sense, but everybody's kind of moving on, and he hasn't really gone that step yet.
But I like that because with both of those sides to it, with Will wanting to go back and the others wanting to move forward, I think everybody can identify with both of those aspects because we've all been through times where it's like, no, I wish that I could go back to the old days. But, something exciting happens and you want to move forward and then it starts to conflict. And I think that any viewer could actually relate really well to both sides. So it's hard to, root for one or the other, but because you understand it as a whole. And I love the way that they're presenting it. It's great.
And that's nostalgia. That's what Stranger Things is. It's totally shining a light on nostalgia of the 80s, and they're doing a damn good job at kind of honing in on the way it was versus the way it should be and putting it all together in a way that they can rise above it, solve the problem, fix whatever the hell is going on, because we still don't know yet, other than the fact that the Mind Flayer is coming in, and I love that it's far more complex than just, the Mind Flayer is going to figure out a way in. He's taking over people. No, they're doing a damn good job at creating a compelling story to the point where I don't want to stop. And that's what we kept seeing on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Everybody saying, I'm done. What? You're done already? How the hell? I'm done. It's because right now we don't want to stop going through Stranger Things Season 3 because of what they're doing with the story. But we can't wait to see where it shapes out, and how it gets to its resolution. But thank you guys for watching our reaction to Episode 3, The Case of the Missing Lifeguard. Let us know what you guys saw down in the comments below. I'm sure you're already done, but you can also like and subscribe.
And do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kick into the party, feel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Gets us where you need to go, where we need to go. San Diego Comic-Con, we will be there. Be on the lookout for us when we're there. Check out Jenna's Instagram description or
it's in
link.
The description below.
Yeah, that's where it is. Thank you guys so much, and as always,
now it's time to say goodbye.
This party is over.
Bye.